Beloved child, if you have recently felt a strange energy around you, a quiet uneasiness, a sudden heaviness, or a change in someone's behavior that didn't make sense, then this message is meant for you. What you are sensing is not your imagination. It is confirmation from heaven that your spirit has entered a new stage of awareness. God has guided you here on purpose, not by accident. You were meant to receive these words today, because by the time you reach the end of them, you will see not only the truth about someone in your life, but also the next step in your healing. Something powerful took place within your soul last night. It might have happened quietly, perhaps while you were resting, thinking, or drifting into sleep. But in that stillness, something divine began to rise. A gentle stirring moved through your spirit like the first wave on calm water. It was heaven's way of opening your inner eyes. God allowed you to see, not with your physical eyes, but with your soul, the true nature of someone you once trusted deeply. You were shown what lies behind the mask they wear before others. This wasn't a dream or a trick of the mind. It was divine revelation. Heaven decided that the time had come for you to finally understand what was hidden. You might wonder, why now? Why didn't I see this before? The answer lies in divine timing. You were not ready before. Your heart was too tender, too filled with hope, too focused on peace to face the full truth. God protected you then. But now, after all that you have grown through, your soul has gained strength. You are finally able to face what once would have broken you. What you felt, that sudden awareness, that emotional shift, was not fear. It was divine clarity. The veil has been lifted, not as punishment, but as preparation. You are being set free through understanding. The angels want you to know that the person revealed to you was not entirely dark or evil. They were divided inside. A part of them truly cared for you, but another part was guided by fear, ego, or the need for control. Their mask was woven from charm, kind words, and convincing gestures, but behind it lived insecurity and spiritual confusion. Heaven saw what you could not. Every moment they pretended to understand you, every time they comforted you while hiding their true motives, heaven witnessed it all. And when the time was right, God decided you were strong enough to see for yourself. This revelation might feel like betrayal. It might feel like your heart has quietly broken in two. But dear one, what if your heartbreak is not punishment, but cleansing? What if this pain is not meant to destroy you, but to make space for your healing? The angels are whispering that this experience is not the end of love. It is the awakening of truth. You are being called to see the world with new eyes. You are no longer meant to walk in blindness. You are meant to walk in light. When you felt your heart drop, when your breath grew shallow from the realization of what you saw, heaven was beside you. The angels were protecting you from being deceived any longer. This clarity was not to hurt you. It was to free you. The person whose mask fell before your spirit was never meant to continue walking beside you in silence and half-truths. Their path and yours now separate because your soul has outgrown the illusion. It's normal to doubt what you saw. You might question if you were imagining things or misreading signs. But beloved, heaven does not plant such a powerful truth within your heart unless it is absolutely time to move forward. What you experienced was revelation, not fantasy. The strange feelings, the small signs, the moments that never quite felt right, they were all gentle warnings preparing you for this moment. And now that everything has come to light, you can no longer pretend not to know. The truth has arrived as both teacher and liberator. The angels understand this hurts deeply. Seeing someone's true face can feel like losing them all over again. But you are not alone. The angels are wrapping you in their light, holding your heart as you process what you've learned. You are strong enough to feel the pain without letting it poison you. You are strong enough to release without hate, to walk away without revenge. This strength is your spiritual power. You are being invited to rise with grace. Let tears fall if they must, but let them cleanse you, not chain you. You are not abandoned. You are awakened. This experience is not an ending, but a sacred beginning. You now have the clarity to rebuild your life on truth. You can bless the person who wore the mask, forgive their brokenness, and set yourself free. Forgiveness here does not mean forgetting. It means releasing yourself from the weight of what no longer serves your soul. What was hidden in shadow has been revealed in divine light, and that light is now guiding you toward healthier, more authentic connections. Let the moonlight that exposed their true nature now illuminate your own path. You are moving toward relationships built on honesty and mutual respect, where your spirit is seen, not just admired. The night may still feel heavy, but dawn is near. You have grown wiser. You now understand the difference between energy that nurtures you and energy that drains you. You can sense deception before it enters your space. This is the gift your awakening has given you. You are no longer who you were before this revelation. You have evolved. The person you once thought would always be by your side may now simply be a teacher, someone whose hidden self helped you understand what real love and honesty look like. They wore a disguise, but you now carry the face of truth. That is your power. Heaven celebrates you for it. Child of light, do not fear what you have seen. Do not cling to the image you once held of them. Instead, embrace what God is revealing through this experience. The angels are saying, you have not lost love. You have gained wisdom. Every tear you cry is washing away the illusion that kept you small. Every breath you take in truth brings you closer to peace. You were chosen to see behind the mask because your soul is ready to live in full authenticity. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt in divine truth. The person you loved was not evil, but they were not yet whole. They may have loved you in their way, but not with the same depth and spiritual maturity you offered them. Sometimes two souls recognize each other, but are not ready to rise together. One may still be covered in ego, fear, and doubt, while the other has already stepped into light. You are ready for a love grounded in truth. They were still learning what real love even means. That is why the connection began to feel uneven, confusing, and heavy. Your heart longed for constancy, while theirs fluctuated between desire and fear. The angels want you to understand something important. There is a difference between being seen and being safe, between being chosen and being cherished. The bond you shared may have felt destined, and in many ways, it was, but only for a season. It served a purpose in your spiritual growth. It awakened your capacity to love, to trust, and to hope again. But now, it also awakens your need to protect your energy and honor your truth. The one you saw behind the mask may reach out again, may offer apologies or words that sound sincere, but the angels urge you to discern carefully. Unless they have truly grown, unless they have met their own shadow and faced their fears, their love will remain incomplete. You cannot keep shrinking to fit the spaces where truth cannot breathe. You were born to be loved completely, not in fragments. This is why heaven intervened. God could no longer allow you to pour your heart into a connection that could not sustain your light. The revelation you received was divine mercy. It was a form of protection. You were being saved from investing your future in a dream that would have left you empty. You are now being guided to turn that same deep, soulful love inward to give it to yourself. Pour your compassion into your own healing. Nurture the parts of you that still ache for closure. You are being called to rediscover your own strength and beauty apart from them. The angels want you to remember, you did nothing wrong. Your love was pure. Your hope was real. You loved from your highest self, and heaven honors you for that. But this chapter has fulfilled its purpose. What once connected you in light has now completed its cycle. God is preparing someone whose heart will meet yours fully. Someone emotionally ready to love you with truth, consistency, and courage. But before that meeting can happen, you must honor this moment of release. Breathe deeply. Dear one, feel the weight lift from your shoulders. The mask has fallen, not to hurt you, but to heal you. The person you saw through was a mirror. They showed you both your tenderness and your strength. They awakened your desire for depth, and in doing so, reminded you of what you truly deserve. Do not cling to what was, for it was never meant to be your forever. It was meant to be your awakening. God does not remove love from your life. He refines it. He redirects you toward the love that mirrors His own, pure, patient, grounded, and real. You are being guided toward relationships that don't require pretending or guessing, where hearts meet without masks and souls connect without fear. The one meant for you will not hide, because they will have healed too. Their love will be ready, just as yours is now becoming. The angels remind you that the one revealed to you last night was emotionally unprepared, not because they didn't care, but because they have not yet learned how to love deeply. They live with emotional immaturity. They desire love, but they fear its depth. They dream of it, but they cannot yet hold it steady. That is why their affection came in waves. Moments of tenderness followed by silence or withdrawal. You tried to understand, to be patient, to see their soul, and heaven saw that effort. But now heaven asks you to see your own soul too. You were never meant to shrink your love to fit their fear. Sometimes love doesn't fail. It transforms. Sometimes God allows separation not as rejection, but as redirection. The connection you had was real in feeling, but not ready in form. What you saw was their truth at this stage of their journey. They are still learning, still healing, still awakening. And you, beloved, are moving ahead, guided by divine wisdom. This realization may bring sadness, but let that sadness be gentle. Let it wash through you without bitterness. The angels are whispering to your inner child, you did nothing wrong. You were enough. You are enough. You gave love that came from heaven itself, and now heaven returns that love to you multiplied. The lesson here is sacred. To never dim your light for someone still finding their own. You are now walking into a new season, one of emotional freedom, self-respect, and spiritual maturity. You will attract people who meet you at the same level of readiness, who communicate with honesty, who don't run from truth. The energy around you is shifting. The heartbreak you feel is not an ending. It's a purification. Your soul is releasing old patterns and opening space for divine partnerships aligned with your destiny. Beloved, let your heart rest. You are safe now. The angels are surrounding you, healing the invisible wounds, and whispering that this revelation was heaven's act of mercy. You have been chosen for clarity. You are walking out of confusion into peace. You are stepping out of illusion into authenticity. What you once prayed for is still coming, but now it will arrive in a healthier, holier form. So breathe again. Stand tall. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. You have seen behind the mask, and though it hurt, it has given you the gift of sight. The truth will never leave you. It will continue guiding your steps. From this moment forward, trust your intuition, for it is your divine compass. The same voice that revealed the truth to you will now lead you to your next blessing. Remember, you are not defined by who deceived you. You are defined by how you rise. And you are rising now into love, into strength, into freedom. Heaven is proud of you. The angels are rejoicing, for one more light has returned fully to truth. You are deeply loved, eternally protected, and forever guided. Let the past dissolve. Let your spirit expand, and walk forward knowing the mask has fallen, and your soul is free. My dear child, heaven has watched the trembling of your heart since the truth was shown to you. What was revealed last night did not come as a punishment, but as a sacred turning point. You may still feel shaken, as if the world you once trusted suddenly cracked open beneath your feet, letting old fears and unanswered questions rise to the surface. It is natural to feel uncertain when the mask of illusion falls away, for truth is both light and fire. It shows what is real, but also burns away what is false. And though it feels heavy now, this experience was never meant to destroy your peace. It came to awaken your strength, to help you see how long your soul has been defending your own heart without realizing it. You have stood through storms of misunderstanding, through moments where others doubted your intuition, yet you never stopped protecting the sacred space inside you. Heaven saw it all. Every silent prayer, every tear that fell when no one understood, every time you stayed kind even when you were treated unfairly. The angels are saying that what was uncovered was not just about another person's hidden truth. It was also a reflection of your own readiness. God waited until your light was strong enough to face this revelation without breaking. You are no longer that fragile version of yourself who needed approval to feel safe. You have become a soul that stands on its own, illuminated by divine understanding. The pain you feel right now is not punishment. It is purification. It is the sacred fire that separates what is real from what only pretended to be love. You may look at this moment and see loss, but heaven looks at you and sees liberation. You are never meant to keep defending people who refuse to stand beside your truth. You were never meant to carry confusion that was not yours. The truth that came to you was like a lightning strike from the divine. It illuminated the darkness that surrounded your heart and revealed every shadow that once pretended to be light. The face you saw, the energy you felt, the silence that suddenly made sense. All of it was heaven's way of saying, enough. Enough of shrinking your light so others feel comfortable. Enough of waiting for someone to rise to meet your love when they were never ready to. Enough of giving endless chances to energy that only takes from you. The angels say that this is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your rise. You are not being asked to fight anymore. You are being invited to rest, to breathe, and to understand that you were never fighting alone. Every moment you felt spiritually outnumbered, heaven stood beside you. Every time you doubted your intuition, your guardian angels whispered that you were right. Every time you questioned your worth because of someone's silence, God wrote your name in his light and said, "This one is mine." The revelation you received was not random. It was orchestrated by divine timing. God allowed you to see through the mask not to wound you, but to set you free from an illusion that no longer served your growth. For too long, dear one, you have tried to preserve peace by softening your truth. You have dimmed your own radiance to keep others comfortable in their shadows. You have been loyal even when others were careless with your heart. But now the divine voice within you grows louder, saying, no more hiding, no more waiting, no more defending what does not defend you. The truth that came forth is your spiritual graduation. It shows that you have reached a level of emotional maturity where you can face pain without losing your faith. You can witness deception without closing your heart. You can look at someone's mask falling, and instead of hatred, you feel compassion. For you now understand that not everyone is ready to live in the light you carry. You were shown their truth because you were ready to reclaim your own. The angels want you to know that you have nothing to regret. You gave your love sincerely. You offered understanding when others offered excuses. You believed in someone's potential because you could see their hidden goodness even when they could not see it themselves. That is not foolishness. That is divine kindness. But now, your love must be redirected inward. The same patience and hope you gave to others must now be given to your own healing. You are being called to pour your energy back into yourself, to rebuild from the inside out, to rise not with anger, but with wisdom. Yes, the truth hurt. It pierced the heart that only ever wanted honesty. But pain, when guided by heaven, becomes revelation. Every disappointment carries within it a message. And this one says, you are ready for higher love. You are ready for the kind of connection that meets you in truth, not in illusion. You are ready to be chosen by someone who does not fear your depth, who does not disappear when things become real, who does not wear charm as armor, but walks beside you with sincerity. The person whose mask fell could not walk with you into your next chapter, not because they are evil, but because they are unprepared for your light. You were growing while they were still hiding. You were healing while they were still pretending. And heaven, in its mercy, did not want you bound to what could never match your frequency. Now that the veil has been lifted, your heart can finally rest. You no longer have to keep guessing, explaining, or questioning. The confusion that once clouded your spirit has been replaced with clarity, and that clarity is your freedom. The angels say that you can now choose silence, not as punishment, but as peace. You can choose distance, not as rejection, but as protection. You can walk away not as someone who lost, but as someone who has graduated from the cycle of proving your worth. You no longer need to chase closure, for God Himself has given it to you. You no longer need to justify your intuition. It has been proven true. The energy of this moment is powerful. It marks the end of illusion and the beginning of embodiment. You are no longer a seeker of truth. You are the truth. You are no longer waiting for someone to recognize your light. You are learning to live as the light. And in this transformation, heaven rejoices because you have passed a divine test, the test of love that required faith, even when it hurt, grace, even when it was not returned, and strength, even when you were tired of being strong. Archangel Michael stands beside you now, holding his shield of light around your soul. He was there through the silent nights when you felt alone, guarding you from being completely broken. He allowed you to see only what you could handle until the moment your soul was ready to receive the full truth. That moment came last night, and now that you have seen, you can no longer unsee. You will no longer fall for false words that do not align with real actions. You will no longer mistake potential for partnership. You will no longer shrink your dreams so others will stay close. The angels say you are stepping into a season of divine command, a phase where your spirit leads with clarity and confidence. The King of Wands energy within you has awakened, a fire that burns not to destroy, but to guide. This is the fire of divine leadership, the courage to speak truth, the strength to walk alone when necessary, and the wisdom to wait for those who walk in the same light. The universe will now send people who see your worth immediately, who do not need to be convinced of your value. They will recognize you because they are made of the same truth. But first, You must honor the lesson of this revelation. Let yourself grieve the illusion. Let yourself cry for the version of love you wished could have been real. These tears are sacred. They wash away what no longer belongs to your story. You have not lost anything real, dear child. What fell away was an illusion, and illusions cannot sustain true love. What remains is your purity, your sincerity, and your growing strength. The divine calls this your holy emergence. You are rising from the ashes of old patterns. You are reclaiming your boundaries without guilt. You are learning to speak your truth even when your voice trembles. You are realizing that love does not mean sacrifice of self. It means recognition of soul. You deserve a love that meets you fully, not halfway. You deserve peace that does not depend on someone else's behavior. You deserve to feel safe in truth, not trapped in uncertainty. This is your anointing, beloved. Every time you cried in secret, heaven wrote your name beside the word resilient. Every time you doubted yourself and still chose to believe in love, God smiled upon you. Every act of kindness, every prayer, every moment you refuse to become bitter has built the foundation for the blessings that are now on their way. You are entering a cycle of divine reward, not material only, but spiritual. The peace that is coming will not be fragile. It will be deep, rooted, and lasting. It will not depend on anyone's approval because it comes directly from heaven. So now, breathe deeply. Allow yourself to rest. The war is over. The truth has been revealed. The mask has fallen. And with it, your days of confusion have ended. You can now walk in light, unburdened by false promises. You can finally honor your intuition as the divine gift it has always been. You are not naive. You are awakened. You are not broken. You are blessed. You are not lost. You are being guided into a higher destiny. The angels are building a new path for you, one lined with authenticity, respect, and unconditional love. You may not see it yet, but everything that once hurt you is being reshaped into wisdom. The very thing that brought you to tears will one day make you smile with understanding. You will look back and see that every closed door was divine protection. Every unanswered question was God's redirection. And every painful revelation was a sacred initiation into your purpose. You are being molded into a vessel of light, someone who will one day guide others through their own illusions. What you endured has equipped you with empathy and spiritual authority. Remember, dear child, the mask falling was not the end. It was the mirror rising. You were shown their shadow so you could discover your own light. You were shown their fear so you could recognize your courage. You were shown their falsehood so you could choose truth without hesitation. From this day on, walk with clarity, walk with dignity, walk with the quiet knowing that you are protected, guided, and deeply loved. And when your heart feels heavy again, close your eyes and remember. Heaven waited for this exact moment because now you are ready. You are strong enough to see clearly. You are wise enough to forgive without returning. You are brave enough to begin again. The angels are not asking you to rush forward. They are asking you to rise gently, with grace, with patience, with trust. The seeds of your new beginning have already been planted. Tend to them with love, and soon you will see your life bloom in ways you once only dreamed of. Tonight, as you rest, let the angels wrap their wings around you. Let God hold your heart in His hands. Let go of the need to understand every detail, for heaven understands it all. You were not betrayed by life. You were prepared by it. You were not abandoned. You were redirected toward what truly belongs to you. The face you saw, the truth you witnessed, was not your punishment. It was your permission to live free. You are now walking under divine protection. Your future is unfolding in light. The lies that once surrounded you have no power anymore. Heaven has declared your freedom, and no darkness can reverse it. You have completed one chapter with grace, and now a new one begins, written not by fear, but by faith. You are loved beyond measure, guided beyond doubt, and ready beyond fear. So rise now, beloved, walk in the truth that set you free. The angels are smiling, the heavens are open, and your soul, finally, is at peace.